Hey Alpha fam, welcome back to another episode of Alpha Commission. Today on Alpha Commission, of course, we're going to go over Bitcoin. Guys, Bitcoin has basically been postured at resistance here on the weekly for just a little bit, just the last week pretty much, where we did bump our head on this historical high over here on the weekly candle closes. Now, we did get candle wicks higher, but as you can see, the candles have never closed higher than this basically 104.5-ish. And so we are just bumping our head on that, trying to grind through that resistance. And of course, everything has basically been sideways or perhaps skimming a little bit of profit, putting food on your table, not being too loyal to these coins because, guys, I assure you, these coins will not be loyal to you. And of course, smart traders are going to compound their gains by then skimming and putting that into a low, into a coin that they find to be at a low, while skimming off the top of any of their coins, perhaps Mudang or some of these others that have pumped like crazy, right? Which, of course, are now starting to retrace. So, unfortunately, we are still in a trader's market. There will be these kind of whipsaw actions in the market. And we can see that there are some significant fair value gaps to the downside. Here on the weekly, we really don't lose our MACD momentum to the upside unless we get below that 94,000 level. And of course, bulls are still in absolute control as long as we're above 101,000, which does place us in these realistic targets for this pattern breakout, although not necessarily the extended move. If we break out from our previous high here, flip this area into support and use it as a launch pad, then we're going to have some pretty interesting targets, guys. But for now, we just have to be aware that we are at resistance. Oftentimes, when you hit previous resistance or nearby it, you get sent back to your mid levels or your lows even. And so, of course, it does make sense to play a little bit on the defensive, even though we understand that we are completely bullish here on the weekly on those high time frames. In fact, we're not even going to break neutral until we lose my golden parabola, at which case I will be wondering if there's some other type of weakness coming into this market where now we're not going parabolic anymore, right? But that's for another day. We're not there yet. We're clearly in the bullish control zone. Now, here on the daily, it's a slightly different question. You can see that we are starting to lose some of our daily momentum to the upside. The MACD is going to continue to be turned down as long as we're under $105,000. But guys, even on the daily, as long as we're above $102,000, we're still firmly in that bull zone. So just because we're losing momentum doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It can just be bullish consolidation. And that neutral point for us on the daily is all the way down at 97,000, where if we did get a flick and a jab into perhaps this kind of parabolic bullish order block over here, maybe that could offer us some lift here at that mid-level, as I was mentioning previously, and we just continue to chop and grind, basically bleed upwards as we try to eat through these bearish order blocks over here, these old bear orders that sent us to the downside. Perhaps we can flip those into bull orders. Guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. That's your alpha for the day. Of course, guys, we've been going over massive amounts of altcoins in the group. Link is in the description below. We have just been hitting it out of the ballpark, making 100% gains, 200% gains, 3xing, 4xing, 5xing our money all over the place. And guys, I just really want to remind you, if something is popping off in this highly inflated market where they're continuously money printing new coins every single day in this crypto market, unfortunately, right? Don't forget to skim some profits. You can always cycle it back into something low that's setting up for a squeeze to the upside, and that's how you compound your money, and that's how you win in crypto. Your alpha for the day. Stay safe and happy trading.